Hey guys, hope you all are well and welcome to another video. Before we get into this video and we talk about my last week and how my week actually went, let's get into this first. So, got a package today. Let's open that up and see what it is. Let's see what we got here. So, ordered this. Well, obviously I know what I've got here. But you guys don't know what I've got here. So, let's open this up. I ordered this about 2 days ago roughly, and it is struggling here, but it is a, I don't know if I can show you a picture. Boom, camera. So this one is the G7X Mark II. I was searching it up and read some reviews about the Mark II and the Mark III and which one is better. Mark III, I was hearing the best of things, but the Mark II I heard some really good things about. So let's get this camera, let's check it out. So I ordered this about 2 days ago. Let's check this out. Let's do a bit like that. Let's open this up. It's not even sealed, it's open. Check this out. There was actually two things I was looking at when I was getting this. I was either looking at the Sony A5100 or I was looking at this. So I was kind of stuck in between the two, but I ended up getting this one. Just pick this up, like that. Problem, let's check this out. Feels a lot better. Wow, looks a lot better. Pretty nice. Pretty decent, check that out. I'm not sure if it's focused, but pretty decent to be honest. It's quite small, quite compact, so it's pretty good. Pretty like it, happy with it. And that is the screen, so the screen looks like that as well. And the rest of the video I'll actually shoot with this one, so we'll see how that actually comes out, and then we'll get into my results and how I did for this week. So give you a quick summary. In 3 days I managed to catch X number of pips and managed to make X number of profit. So stay tuned for that. We will be there after the break. And we are back. So now I'm filming with the G7X currently and looks a lot better. Face tracking is a lot better as well, and I think in low light it does pretty well compared to the last one. So pretty happy with that so far. So let's get into this video. Similar to my previous video, I'll go over my tracker and show you what I did last week. So you can already see from the tracker at the moment, last week was pretty hectic. I took quite a few losses. So 6 trades in total were losses. I took a total number of 15 scenarios, and out of the 15 scenarios, 6 of them were losses. If you look at the ratio like that, it's not too bad, but compared to my last video, the week was really well. My losses was under about 100 pips. This time it's about 224 pips, so a lot more negatives this time round. But let's get into this video. I'll show you some of the trades that I took as well. So at the moment, first trade, I don't really have the screenshot for that one, but again, USD/JPY, I'm not going to go into this trade too much, as I closed this sort of on break even, 5 pips profit. Not really going to count that towards the overall anyway. USD CAD, so this was my first losing trade of the week. So I had a winning trade, then a losing trade right after that, and this is what it looked like. It went boom straight into my loss. Nothing to worry about. It's a loss. Losing is part of the game, so you should not worry about losing anyway. Next trade comes in, again another loss, so that is not very ideal either. Euro USD that was, and then another USD CAD trade, and that was another loss. So 3 consecutive losses back to back. I took 2 trades on each of the scenarios and both of them lost. It was straight L, nothing to say about it. It just did not follow my technicals then. And then another trade comes in, USD/JPY, with another loss. This one went straight for my SL, no mercy shown there from USD JPY. Then we get into a few winning trades. So on the same day, so that was the 18th, 19th, I started taking these trades here. I'll also put up the MT4s on the below, so you can also check out the MT4 screenshots. Now, what I've got here is 3 trades on USD JPY. This was, and these played out really well as well. I took 2 trades, TPs at 30 pips, and then another 2 later on at 50 pips. So that was in total, I caught about roughly about 110 pips from this scenario. So really good trade here from USD JPY. Then we had AUD USD. So I took 2 scenarios here, 2 trades on this one scenario, and this is how it played out. A screenshot here for you guys as well. So of course you can see, went straight down for my TP, played out really well. Was supposed to enter before, but was a little bit of a late entry, but still managed to get in and catch a total of 30 pips. So really good trade overall. And then we have GBP AUD. This was also another really good trade. This was based off the AUD USD, previously a late entry this trade, as mentioned before, in the AUD USD. So I was meant to take it down below where this previous low is. I was supposed to take it along the same sort of area, but the trade sort of missed the entry and entered a little bit late, but still managed to catch this beautiful trade. About nearly 100 pips hitting my, did actually go up 100 pips, but hit my TP, second TP at around 90 pips anyway, about 85 I believe it was. So really good trade, GBP AUD. Total profit from GBP AUD 791, AUD USD was about 300 and 627 altogether. So really good trade, GBP AUD. Then I come into another few losses. So that was on the 19th of May. Then we come into a few more losses on the 20th, starting the day with AUD again, AUD and GBP AUD. Both of those two that gave me really good wins also gave me really bad losses as well at the same time. Well, I wouldn't say really bad anyway, but because my risk reward sort of worked out well. But same trade, same scenario. Trade came back down to re-entry. Thought, let me go for it again. This was a previous trade I took here, and now I took it again, but this one went straight for there. So it was a 1-to-1 risk to reward. This one, it wasn't very big, so not the best of trades that I could have done here. GBP AUD, I got here this one. Once again, this trade was taken here previously before for that nice buy. Once again, came back down to my entry. Of course, my analysis was still valid because my levels had not been broken. If your levels are broken, that's when your analysis becomes invalid, but my levels were actually still valid as they were broken. I took this trade for a buy and it went straight for my SL. Then we have GBP USD comes in, GBP USD short, and this trade played out really well. I took a short around 1.23, just below 1.23, it was right 1.228. I took this sell. Was supposed to be around these highs here, but I saw on the lower time frame the market was actually slowing down candlesticks wise, and I saw a few reversing sort of formations, and hence why I took it slightly early. Although I was expecting to take another entry, if it did come into my zone here, I was expecting to take another entry there as well, but not too bad anyway. Still played out really good, very minimal drawdown anyway. Really good trade here, and total profit was this, about £840 and a total of 80 pips caught as well. Then we have this gold trade. Now this gold trade, I've actually, if you look at the bottom left corner, I've actually split up the results for this week. I split it up with gold and without gold. The reason why I've done that is because gold, I would not recommend it being, you know, because gold moves really fast, it's really volatile, and if you're new and if you're a beginner to trading, I would, you know, really advise you, do not trade gold, do not get into gold, because that can mess you up. You know, gold is very volatile and it can get addictive as well. A lot of people do get addicted to trading gold, and you know, risk management, psychology, everything pretty much goes out the window. So trading gold, and my advice would be, if you are a beginner and if you're new to trading, do not trade gold. If you're If you've got experience and you know what you're doing, then I would say that's when you can actually trade gold. But this trade actually played out really well. I took this sell from about 1750, around the 1750 region. The stop loss was really wide on this trade. It was about a 40 pip stop loss, and in total that trade did play out really well. Let's have a look at it as well. What we have, 1750, we took this trade around here, this zone 1750. My stop loss was all the way up here at 1755. So 1751 was my entry, 1755 was where I entered. So it was my stop loss, about 40 pip stop loss I had here. And first TP was about 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And as soon as I hit that TP, I moved my stop loss to break even and let the trade run. And then the next day, how this played out, so this was on the 20th of May, 21st of May, how this trade played out. It dipped all the way down. Second TP about 130 pips or so, and then my last TP that I had was, well, I actually left that TP open. It was actually a swing trade. I left it open and I closed it as soon as I saw that it's dropped a significant amount. This last candle dropped about 140 pips, nearly about 140 pips from just one candle, and that would, you know, typically usually it has a massive pullback after having such a significant drop. So that's where I saw that drop and I just closed off that trade there, and that was at 1721. So in total, this trade I actually managed to catch a total of about 475 pips. 475 pips just from one trade. That's what I'm saying. Gold is very volatile. It's very dangerous to trade. If that did go the other way, I would have lost about 120 pips from one scenario. And that's why gold, I would not advise you to trade gold if you're new to trading, or if you're you know, if you're just pretty much getting consistent now and you're just about to get used to some of the pairs, some of the majors. You're just starting to play around with them, you're getting used to them. I would not advise you to get into gold then, because that can mess up your psychology really badly. Do not trade gold unless you have really good experience in doing so. Then we have the last trade of the day, so Euro USD. So in total, it was, I only traded on the 18th, 19th and 20th, and then I left it, I closed it out. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But I had my setups ready anyway, and this trade decided to come into play as well. Euro USD from 1.1, and this trade played out really well as well. Total, I caught about 95 pips from this trade. Total profit made from this trade is about 956, and altogether percentage wise it was about 4.8% from this one scenario. And this is how the trade actually looked like as well. So you can see that Euro USD sell from my zone dropped a total of 50 pips or so. So 30 pips TP1 and TP2 hit 50 pips as well. So really good trade overall. And now if I go into my overalls at the bottom here, we have 31 trades taken in total, 15 scenarios, 1010 pips overall, with a total negative of 224. Overall pips for the week, or for the 3 days that I pretty much traded, was about 786, and total profit was 7,562. Percentage increase was 38.82, so a huge percentage increase as well. Now this is where my normal week would probably look like, where I'm, you know, mostly I'm mentoring and teaching, but on the side I may just have a few scenarios running. My normal week without gold, usually I trade without gold, I would have been about 27 scenarios, 27 trades, 13 scenarios, 497 pips positive, 224 pips negative. So I hit a few losses start of the week. 273 pips overall, 2,659 pounds profit, and that would have been about 13.3% increase to the capital. So if you can just look at the overalls here, most of the trades that I lost about 0.5 to 1% in total. So around that region is what I usually risk, and my aim is to reach about 15% capital increase by the end of the week. That is my goal, and I managed to hit about 13.3, which is still, in my opinion, is still really good. Anything over 10 is really good. And with gold, of course, gold smashed those results, but I'm not going to take gold into consideration. If I just take that out the picture and focus on what I usually do, overall results for the week would have been about 13.3%. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, a bit of a short video going into the results for the previous week and just breaking it down what I did. Although I took a few losses, these are some of the losses I wanted to share with you, that if you do hit losses, don't worry about it, you know, still go out through that the whole week. Don't let those few losses mess up your mentality for the entire week, because there are some really good trades that you can still take for the week ahead, which can compensate you for those losses. So don't call it a week after you hit a few losses on your first day of trading. Don't do that. Trade it out for the whole week, see how it goes, and then at the end of the week evaluate what you did. What losses did you make? What was your mindset throughout the whole process? But we'll be doing a few more videos like this, going over results, evaluating with the camera on, maybe a few vlogs here and there as well. I got my new camera, so that should be really exciting as well. And yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see any other content. Let me know, put it in the comments, and I will also take that into consideration. I'm also thinking about doing a Q&A as well, so if you want to ask me any questions, if you want to ask me anything pretty much, leave it in the comments, and I'll also take your questions on board and go through those in a Q&A that I will probably do very soon, let the questions pile up. But other than that, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video.